Hello everyone out there in YouTube land. So I know I haven't made a video in a super long time, but I'm back. So today I'm going to be doing a movie review. I just got back from seeing The Meg. So if you guys haven't seen The Meg, it's a shark movie. So to get in the spirit of things, I'm wearing one of my Jaws inspired shirts. It says Amity Island welcomes you. Big fan of the movie Jaws, and was really looking forward to a good shark movie. I mean, we've had so many bad ones recently. I mean, there's the whole Sharknado franchise, and Deep Blue Sea I was not a fan of. And Malcolm is staring at me. That's my dog, for you guys who haven't watched. So I'm just going to give you my review of The Meg. I'm not going to do any spoilers. I'm trying not to do any spoilers. So this is just going to be like the average person review. So before I went to see the movie, I had some mixed feelings about it. I was really looking forward to a shark movie, but when I read the reviews, it kind of deterred me a little bit because it got like 40-something% on the tomato meter on Rotten Tomatoes, and so it had like half and half reviews, half good, half bad. People said that there were a lot of inconsistencies, like with the size of the shark, and that it changed to match whatever it was eating, and that it wasn't Jaws, and you know, there were a lot of criticisms. And then there were people who were saying they were just going to see it for like Family Guy references because it's The Meg, you know, and the people were commenting on the movie trailer, oh, it's you, Meg, you know. So yeah, but anyway, and if you're going to spend $16.40 on a movie, you want it to be good. So I went there with an open mind and open wallet. So what is the movie about? So the movie is about, there is this, I guess you would say, an ocean study facility in China, stationed in China, and these oceanographers or marine biologists, these water scientist type people, they are in this massive facility that was created by this billionaire to study the ocean and make discoveries and make him famous. So they are doing their work and everything, and one day, well, the guy, the billionaire, he comes to visit, and he's asking them what they're up to, and they've discovered that they believe that the ocean floor is not where it is supposed to be, that there's actually a layer of, like, I don't know what they call it, goo, atmosphere, something. There's a layer, and that if they penetrate that layer, there's a whole other ocean underneath what they believe is the ocean. So it's like regular ocean floor, and there's mysterious layer, then there's undiscovered ocean. So they send a pod out there, they go through it, and they find out that indeed there's another ocean below the known ocean. And that's when they discover the shark. So the Meg is short for megalodon, which is a prehistoric shark. It's about 75 feet long, and it crashes into this pod, and they don't know what to do, obviously. So they have these people are trapped in the pod underneath the ocean that's been slammed by this shark, and they call in this guy played by Statham, who I really don't like as an actor. I'm sorry for you guys that think he's great, but to me he's just annoying. I first got to know him in the movie Spy with Melissa McCarthy, and he was supposed to be annoying in that movie, but I just think he's just basically annoying. But I have to say, in this movie he was pretty likable, and he did a pretty good acting job, you know, for the role that they gave him. He fit the role pretty well. So they get him to come in because when he was out being a marine biologist, scuba diver, whatever he was, he had encountered this shark, and he told everybody about it, and they didn't believe him, and they said he was crazy. And so then he went to live in Thailand, where he became like an alcoholic. And so now they fast forward to the present day, where they have this pod stuck in the ocean, and the only one that knows about the shark is this guy that no one ever believed to begin with, and they bring him out so that they believe that he can rescue them from the shark, and so on and so forth. And he does. I don't want to give away too much of the movie, but basically, so even though he rescues the pod from the shark, and now the Oceanographic Institute people know that the shark exists, they don't know what to do with it. The billionaire guy wants to capitalize on it. He's like, oh, this is going to be a huge deal and whatever. Oh, I forgot to mention that when Jason Statham rescues the pod that was stuck under that layer, it opens up a hole in that layer, where the shark was able to come up and out into the regular ocean. So it came up from sub-ocean. It was able to be pulled through the pathway that Jason Statham made as he was towing out the pod. And so now this prehistoric shark is in the regular ocean. It's not safe anymore in the sub-ocean. It's in the regular ocean. And it's swimming around eating things. So one of the things that people said in the reviews was that a shark that big would eat whales, it wouldn't eat people, and that sort of thing. I thought, well, let me say a couple of things. First of all, this is not Jaws. So if you're expecting like a classic, amazing, super, monumental movie, this is not it. But it's different. It's good and it's different. So Jaws is like a movie that if you want to get really involved in the characters and you want like a super impressive like script and all this other stuff, because that's what when people get involved with in Jaws. Somebody I heard online talked about this, that you get really attached to the characters and the characters are really deep, like Quint and what's that guy, Brody, and the other people, and that guy that Richard Dreyfuss plays, I forget. So yeah, you get really invested in the characters. This movie is like, let's grab a box or barrel of popcorn and sit and have a good time. So yeah, for that it's good. In the same way that Jaws builds suspense, where you don't see the shark for a good while, the same thing is true with the Meg. It takes about a half hour for you to get a shot of the shark, so it does build the suspense. I kind of wished that there were, some of the scenes were scary. I wish it had been rated R instead of PG-13. They could have used more chomping and blood and gore and all that kind of stuff. It's not really that bloody or gory. The scenes with the shark, they're very intense. They do get close-up shots of its mouth chomping and stuff, but I wish they would have slowed it down. They cut the scene so fast that you get like a glimpse of the mouth, and then a glimpse of the side of the body, and then a glimpse of the tail, but you don't really get to see the full enormity of the shark. Like in Jaws, they slow it down. Like I know the whole story with Jaws was like they had a mechanical shark and it didn't work for most of the movie, and that's how it ended up just being at the end, and then people say, oh well, that made it more suspenseful and whatever. This movie, well, you remember at the end of Jaws, spoiler alert if you haven't seen Jaws, when Jaws eats Quint, like he's eating the side of the boat, so you actually see the face of the shark chomping slowly, and the boat is, and all the water is going into the shark's mouth, and it's slowed down so you can really enjoy the massiveness of Jaws and the teeth and all of that other stuff. I feel like they went too fast with the scenes. I think they needed to slow it down. This shark was definitely CGI. I doubt that it was a mechanical shark. It's most definitely CGI. Now, I don't go to see movies in 3D because it hurts my eyes. I definitely think this is a movie that should be seen in 3D because it would be a lot more intense. And it was very enjoyable. It's just basically, to summarize, it's a massive prehistoric shark that is unleashed and eats a bunch of people, and they have to kill it. So sort of Jaws on steroids, but not as idiotic as Sharknado. So it's definitely a movie to be seen in the movie theater. I don't think I would have enjoyed this on DVD. I don't think it would have the same impact. I think it's going to be boring when you see it on DVD, unless you're one of those people that has like a massive TV and like surround sound and stuff, which I don't have. So if you just have an average TV and an average setup, I don't think the Meg is gonna have the same impact as it does in the theater. So if you do go see the Meg, go see it in the movie theater. Don't wait for it to come out on DVD. And if your eyes can stand it, I think that the 3D would probably be better. So on a scale of 1 to 5, I give the Meg a 3.5. It's a good popcorn chomping summer movie, and it's got some dramatic, intense scenes, and it's a good shark movie. So if you like sharks, if you're a fan of Jaws, and you want to see something that's sort of like I said, Jaws on steroids, just a fun movie, I'd go see it. Okay, so that's my review of the Meg. If you guys are interested, I don't know if I'm going to do other reviews. I did see some other movies recently. I saw The Purge. What was the name of it? The Beginning, or The First Purge, or whatever it was, the prequel to all the other ones. And to make a long story short, like, I'm a big fan of the Purge franchise. I love the Purge movies. This latest one, it was terrible. I went to see Skyscraper with The Rock, and it was good, but it was pretty much a ripoff of Towering Inferno. I went to see Black Klansman, which was really good, really enjoyed it. Kind of disappointed to find out that a lot of the stuff in the movie didn't actually happen. It's based on a book. A lot of stuff in the movie is not in the book because it did not happen. So there's a lot of like movie magic there to enhance the movie. Doesn't mean it's not a good movie, but you know, take it with a grain of salt. So the Black Klansman is still playing. If you have an opportunity, I would highly recommend go see that movie. Next week I'm going to be seeing the Jennifer Garner new movie Peppermint. I'm very excited to see that. Kind of looks like a ripoff of Law Abiding Citizen. Some people say it's a ripoff of The Punisher. I haven't seen that movie, so we'll have to find out. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this review of the Meg, and I will see you next time. Goodbye, everyone out there in YouTube land.